daytime to darkness. A storm seen once in a generation. In a snap, lives were turned upside down. So were trees, and homes, and schools, and power lines. When Mother Nature turned the lights out on the Gulf Coast, people lost hope, and some were left helpless. The lights went out.
This is a catastrophe. It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
It's just unreal at the damage that nature's fury can unleash on you.
10,000 transformers on the ground.
They saying about 30,000 poles down.
Our whole system was down.
When the water receded, the men and women who bring power, who bring hope, started showing up from everywhere.
Communications was absolutely zero. We had no telephone lines, no cell phones. We have radio communications, and it was very sporadic. And some employees started coming in at that time, and we were able to communicate to our statewide, and they started immediately sending crews down here. The next day, after the storm, we had 73 outside crews in here from other co-ops from different parts of the country.
The response of the cooperative family has just been tremendous. I don't know what we would do if we didn't have the help from other parts of the cooperative community.
It was neighbor helping neighbor, communities helping communities, co-ops helping co-ops.
We arrived Thursday, about 10, 11 o'clock Thursday. We had minimal damage to our system. We live just north of Pensacola. These boys come and helped us during Ivan, and everybody that came with us was strictly volunteers wanting to help the Singing River bunch. We went through Ivan, and we was down 100% just like they were. And when we found out that they was 100% down, we said, well, when we get caught up, we'll be glad to come help them.
You couldn't ask for a finer bunch of people. It's just like a brotherhood, kind of. We've got a board of directors that's been there every morning at 3 o'clock cooking. So, that's something that you don't see every day.
I'm out of lights, and I know everybody else is miserable too, so that's what we're here for. When you get called out in the middle of the night, you leave your family, you go get somebody else's family satisfied and happy.
Everybody seems to work together pretty good and, share a common bond. You just want to get the lights on and go home.
To put it simply, it's the co-op way. It's all about the co-op.
Right now, I'm more proud than ever to be an employee of an electric co-op. Right now, during times of tragedy, it's just co-ops coming together in times of need. We've set up a co-op store for our employees. About half of our employees have lost everything they have except for the shirt on their back. And they can come back here now and take donations from other co-ops who have left clothing and food and things like that to get them started and back on their feet.
Most of this has been donated by a co-op from Greenville, Alabama, Pioneer Electric, and also our employees that did not lose their homes have brought items that they could donate to other families from Coast Electric.
Our crews restored power to Ocean Springs Hospital. It was the first hospital on the Mississippi Gulf Coast or in South Mississippi to be restored with power. The nurses, the doctors, they couldn't believe it when our servicemen arrived to tell them the power was fixing to come on. And once it was restored, they all ran and grabbed them and hugged them and kissed them, and it was just a joyous sight because it brings hope back.
We all got to pitch in and help each other. The big power companies, they have a lot of money, a lot of equipment, people from all over, they can just bring them in. But we all got to kind of get together and help each other out because, without electricity, you can't do anything. Your life just comes to a complete halt. You just sit in the dark waiting for somebody to come get your lights on.
as a co-op, we work pretty much as a family. If they have a devastation, we jump and run, and our co-ops all try to stick together, and we help one another.
Whatever our needs are at another co-op, we are brotherhood, and I mean we reach out and we try to help them, and we do it with the right spirit and the right attitude about it. I think we're the last of the great barn builders in this country. I believe that with all my heart. I believe that we are the ones that are going to get it done. When FDR drew up the rural electrification in 1935, I have a hard time imagining that he could ever envision, as great a visionary as he was, that we could put up rural electrics back in 2 to 4 weeks. I mean, you think about that. Now that's reaching out across the country and getting the job done, don't you think?